that he could fight any style. Tricky fighter that he had in front of him, and he just outworked him, was in front of him, and it just did a phenomenal job today, David Benavidez.
Let's bring in Steve Farhood to go over the scores at the time of the stoppage.
Well, Mo, there were 6 completed rounds in this fight, and interestingly, after 3 rounds, Andrade was actually
Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormy B, man, and I am back. Welcoming you to the post-fight show, part 2, for this Saturday, November 25th, 2023. This is the post-fight show for Benavidez versus Andrade, which just wrapped up. Listen, man, it's something that we can talk about. What a ending to a day of boxing where David Benavidez took care of business and he got the old man Andrade up out of there. Man, what a performance. An exciting day of boxing. Some exciting fights. Not all the outcomes that some of us may have been hoping for, but we saw cream rise to the top. Man, what a day. You know, I sat up, thought about this, reflecting at how things might go. And I'm just glad that we have had some of the matchups that we've had in 2023. You can say, as far as this fight with Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade, there are weight classes for a reason. And there are some aspects of boxing that you just can't get around. And when you are competing at the highest level of the sport, you do need and require quality opposition to really test the waters of where you are. And you saw that even in an earlier fight with Shareable Link taking on Sho Ppv. So yeah, we saw a lot this evening. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC. We got brothers and sisters out here who are covering the sport. Some of you are calling the sport. Hey man, it's just great to be a part of a vast community that's doing some very positive things when it comes to covering the sport of boxing. I'm going to take a moment and go to the chat and see just who we got in the building for a roll call this evening. Who we got? Let me see. Alfred Yashalara is out there. What's going on? He says, salute, what a night of boxing. Antonio MMA is out there saying, salute, Sensei. Jimmy Bernard has come back saying, salute, Sensei. What's good, chat? Smash the like button. Yes, sir. Brown on Boxing is back with us saying, how long can Canelo hide from David now? David should be only asking for Canelo, and the Mexican fans should be at the front demanding the fight. We'll talk about that in a minute. Isaiah GQ back saying, salute, salute. Mahari Nation Sports Podcast in the building saying, amazing performance by Benavidez. Absolutely. Antonio says, man, it really stinks. I didn't see it until the fight, but David was significantly bigger than Boo Boo. Sensei, boxing did Boo Boo terrible. When we look back at his resume, we'll see a weight jump loss. Royal Constrictor in the building. Jay is out there saying salute. Stormy in chat. Universal Truth back with us saying salute. Rashid Rourke saying peace, my brother Stormy B, man. Universal Truth saying Andrade stood in front of him in the third round and it was over after that. Yeah, got to say something about that in a moment too. So remind me. 704 Joe in the building saying peace. Got to hit it in the morning. Peace to the chat. Smash that like button. Join us in the morning for the call-in show. 10:30 a.m. call in. Join us. We talk boxing. That is true. Shakers and Dice in the building saying salute to Stormy. Peace to the chat. Ratchet since 91 is out there saying yo. Learn is in the building saying salute Stormy B man. Great fights today. Alfred says once Andrade got into a firefight with Benavidez, I knew that Benavidez was going to clip him. This is why clinching is important. Alfred, this is why ring IQ is important. Such an underrated and underused aspect of a person's boxing dossier. And we're seeing it more and more, but it doesn't usually reveal itself until someone is in there with an equally considered competitor, and then skills go out the window, will, desire, and intelligence factor in tremendously. Shawalaya's out there saying salute Stormy B-Man in chat and smash the like button, please. Universal says I was yelling, hold him, like Katie. Yeah, Katie knows how to hold him, man. That's for sure. Yeah. Chilltown Majors is back saying, Stormy, what's up? Chat and everyone. What's good with you, man? Ain't seen you in a minute. Rashid Rourke says, David Benavidez's first clean shot had me worried for Demetrius Andrade. A shot to the midsection pushed him back and buckled him in the first round. Mahari Nation Sports Podcast says Andre didn't have steam to his punches after round 2. Shower says, OG, yeah, how you like that mall? We could ask Jose how he liked that mall, because Maul went upside his head on more than an occasion, huh? Flawless Mentality and Black Excellence, hosted by Dr. Mark in the building, saying salute to the God, the Sensei Stormy B-Man, my brother of elevation, fam, and the gods and beautiful goddesses of the mighty LDBC family. Lewis Hinton in the building with the thumbs up. My brother Drew Titan is out there saying, wow. Rashid Rourke saying peace to Chilltown. Jimmy Bernard says, been a great year of boxing, Sensei. Absolutely. Even if you ain't been here to enjoy it with us all, it's been a great year. Ain't that right? Chilltown Majors. Yeah! Sylvester is out there saying, statement from Benavidez, congratulations on dismantling Andrade. Chi-Town's finest is in the building saying, blessings and love, Stormy and chat. Showing love. Gotta catch the replay. I'm out. Look at Chi-Town ducking his head in and ducking his head out. Watcher is out there saying, Jason Voorhees is in town. Yes, sir, he is. Lewis Hinton says Canelo is on the run. Jannard Hill's out there saying the only person that could beat Benavidez is General Zod. Better be. Salute to at Drew Titan. Anthony Bolton is out there saying salute. He says those first 4 rounds, man. Shower says please hit the like button if you have not. And TS Boxing is out. Hey, what's good with you, Tyrone? He's upset. Tyrone don't like that, man. Tyrone don't like it. Hey, Tyrone, man, listen. When a guy is good, he's good. You got to give it to him. You know what I mean? You can be upset. You can be dismayed, disenchanted, but you have to congratulate. You know what I mean? And Shower's laughing. Yeah. Please hit that like button, because we've already had over 60 more people than we have likes, and they just decide again to duck their head in the door. But ring IQ. Ring IQ is important, people. One of the ways I'll show you what I mean by that is, let's take the Marvin Hagler Ray Leonard fight for example. Ray Leonard had difficulty dealing with southpaws. It wasn't one of his greater strengths. And Marvin Hagler was one of the best southpaws of that era and was the undisputed middleweight champion of the world. Ray decided to challenge Marvin Hagler. And when battling him, he knew he could not stand toe-to-toe with Marvin Hagler. So Ray devised a plan of throwing his shots in combination and staying on the move, knowing that Hagler, in order to punch most effectively, would need it to be planted. But Hagler also tried to come out and box with Ray, which led to Ray having some advantages in foot speed and hand speed. And then Ray was smart enough to do things round by round, knowing that it would be most effective for him. It would later be called stealing rounds. With 30 seconds to go in a round, Ray would punch in combination and out-flurry Marvin and take the rounds. These little technical, I don't even know what to call it, because tactics by Leonard proved to be successful. And when the fight was over, many people thought both guys won the fight, but Ray got the decision. But without his ring IQ, which he had on display on that night, he would not have been able to get that victory. He stuck to his game plan, and he outboxed Marvin, no matter how much Marvin tried to get him to engage. This was a fight where Demetrius Andrade could have played the role of Ray Leonard. But two factors, possibly his age, 34, 35 years old, and possibly the lack of ring IQ. He did not commit to something specific to offset Benavidez. He did a few things that were successful early on, but it was like he was throwing something against the wall to see what would stick. His hand speed was faster. His foot speed could have been faster, but maybe he didn't have the legs. And I talked about his legs being gone a couple of years ago because of the long layoffs and fighting softer opposition, and possibly because of what he does when he's not fighting. Those are factors that accumulated to the point where all he gave us was like 3 good rounds. At this level, that's not going to cut it. And his trainers knew better, which is why they went on and stopped the fight. But it's very unfortunate because with the talent that he had, he should have been able to produce better. And it's unfortunate, especially if you are a supporter of Demetrius Andrade, you would have liked to see him be more competitive. I believe his power was good enough because speed is power, but he wasn't equipped to go any duration with doing some things tactically that could have benefited him. One of the things that he showed flashes of was the body punching, which is the way to chop down a tree. And I'll tell you guys something for future reference. Any fighter that wants to fight David Benavidez through their promotion going into a fight with him need to complain about the waistband on his boxing trunks. It's too big. His waistband was about like this. That's freaking ridiculous. And even when Andrade was hitting him on the letters, which was not a low blow, he was receiving warnings for that. David Benavidez, don't fool me, huh? He has the type of body that if you go to it, he will be debilitated by rounds 6 or 7. But that high waistband will keep people from punching down there, and is a strategy by his camp and himself to stave that off. And the officials know this as well. But if you don't hold them to task, they're not going to show you any favor. Go back and look at the fight tonight. Look at how thick his waistband was. It was huge. The letter B and the rest of the letters were about that big on his trunks. Now, some of the Mexican fighters are noted for wearing large waistbands on their trunks. Even if the trunks aren't long, they will have a high waistband. Julio Cesar Chavez was a master of that as well. The protective cup isn't always under that waistband. It's actually beneath it. But a low blow can be called when you hit them in the letters. I'm just calling that to your attention. I want you guys to understand that I see a lot of things and I can talk about them and raise the issue, but I just want you to know, and I'm not against David Benavidez. I just want you to be able to, when you're watching boxing, pay attention, people. Wake the hell up. Stop falling in love with the fighters and fall in love with the sport, the entertainment that it can provide, the rules of the game, and things of that nature, because they factor in sooner or later, sometimes all together. But it's right there for anyone to see. It's there. That referee, whom I don't like, when Andrade hit him a good shot to the belly, he said to Demetrius, "It's a warning, keep him up." I was like, are you kidding me? That was a good shot. And Benavidez stepped back and was like, hey, man, you know, like, I'm like, dude, that was a gut shot. And as much as he drains down from wherever he comes down from, a fighter would be remiss not to go to that body, because that's the best way to debilitate the Mexican monster. Kill the body and the head dies. An old adage from the sport of boxing. But it's obvious that the fighters of today don't buy into the old adages, because they think, because they're new and on the scene, that everything started with them, huh? Which is why if you don't study up, you can be, taken up. Yeah. We had a few more people come into the building. Let's see who we got here. I know you guys are coming in and not hitting my like button, because I only got 6 more likes from the last time I looked at the like button. It's ridiculous, man. I don't know what to say about y'all. You make me sick. You really do. You make me sick. Brother Ruse says, greetings, Sensei. Big up. I saw something in Andrade's fight before this. He hasn't been able to transfer his speed to 168, and thus his power and too much weight above took out his older legs. That's not what took out his legs. Demetrius Andrade's legs have been gone for a couple of years now. You can go back to when he first signed up with DAZN, and he fought a couple of fights over there. I did some coverage on him, and I talked about his legs being shot. Demetrius Andrade's legs are shot because of how he lives outside the ring. There's a number of things that some of the fighters of today do that deplete themselves. One is laying up, having sex with all these women. If they're not married, their wives. If they are married. The lack of discipline to do the things that you need to do to get your body honed. Boxing, your body is your tool of your trade. If you are not taking care of it in the best way, and you'll hear fighters talk about it now, they'll justify the hell out of it because they like to cut the corners. Ain't nothing wrong with, I don't see no difference if I have sex. I don't see anything. There is a difference. A man releasing his seed depletes him. There is a reason that you deny yourself. You can't be living in your multi-dimension mansion and with all the luxuries and steaks in the fridge and all of that stuff. If you're not denying yourself, then you will be denied when you aspire toward that holy grail. Yeah. That's just one thing. But like I said, I've seen diminished for a while. And then there are other things that some of the fighters like to do, like they like to smoke recreational drugs and things of that nature, indulge, drinking and things of that nature. The lack of discipline is astounding. I remember George Foreman when he was training to fight Evander Holyfield. And he talked about some of the fighters of that era partying and having a great time and everything. He was like, if you had a party in the past week or so, you can't beat George Foreman. He said, I haven't had a party in over 10 years. And George was knocking guys out left and right. Left and right. Damn near knocked Evander out when he fought him. But see, when you try to tell these young fools, and I'll use that term firmly, when you try to tell them these things, they think they know better than you. They really do. But then you see these performances, and what type of excuses do they come up with? Oh, I didn't feel right. Oh, my legs cramped up. Oh, my shoulder got thrown out. Oh, I felt dizzy. But when you was rolling in the hay, sometimes just hours, if not moments before the fight, hey, there you go. You can save all of that drama for the mamas because Stormy don't believe in that foolishness. One of the reasons why I'm not out there in the camps, because you try to tell these guys things and they don't want to listen. But you know what they all come back and tell me? I know, man, I know. I know, man. You right. You right. Why you think I don't bust my tail to try to bring them on my shows? It ain't because I can't get people. Sylvester says, Andrade thought Ish was gonna be sweet tonight. Benavidez had other plans though. It could have been sweet had he had a game plan. It's obvious that he didn't. Cali World says, salute, my boy Boo Boo still rocking with you. Here we go with that foolishness. Ain't nobody said that you gotta stop rocking with him. He lost a fight. People lose fights. People get rejected. Does that mean that the love stops? The support stops? Setbacks are a part of life. If you've got to articulate that, then maybe there's something about your support that isn't even handed. How about that? And you may need to check yourself with confidence, because you don't have to announce if you're with somebody. You show that you're with them. It's displayed. It doesn't have to be projected verbally. Alfred says ring IQ is definitely the biggest X factor in any fight. Same way I feel about basketball players today. Low IQ be costing teams wins. Low ring IQ can cost you a fight, if not your life. I'll add to that for you, Alfred. Brother Ruse says, as far as boxing IQ, I do agree Andrade made some wrong style decisions in retaliation. But I think he wanted to make David respect his power and keep him at bay. David wasn't buying it. Brother Ruse, where did you get he wanted to make David respect his power? There was no indication that I picked up on that, so I'm just kind of wondering, how did you come to that conclusion? Is that hope? Dritch Richardson saying, salute Stormy, Boo Boo took this fight 5 years too late. No, he took it on time. But it's what he did over the past 5 years that cost him. Huh? Yeah. Watcher says Andre could have won, but the better man won. The better fighter won. I don't know them, either of them, enough to speak about who's the better man. But I can see in the performance who's the better fighter. Says he took risks that others wouldn't. It's bad for him it resulted this way. Well, it gave him a dose of reality, because he had been a fighter of respectability, but he's done some things to eliminate his own career from being considered in a more elevated place. He did. Don't forget, all those years ago, he had a fight signed and sealed and ready to be delivered, and he pulled out against one of the Charlos. Last minute. And things went south for him ever since then. Brother Ruse says, I agree with the legs, yeah, but I do think his speed went away, slightly affecting his delivery of power. This might be his top weight, middleweight might be his weight. His speed could have been used in such a better way. And it's unfortunate that Mr. Rozier didn't have him prepped to use it tactically. Rashid says, good assessment, Stormy B. It did seem like he was trying to see what works. Absolutely. Throwing something at the wall to see what sticks. Almost 200, but only 63 likes. You see this foolishness? Mahari Nation Sports Podcast says the ring IQ was definitely lacking for Andrade. Brother Ruth said, I agree. His body is supposed to be suspect. I couldn't quite get it. Now I see, Sensei. Rashid says, I never noticed his high waistband. Pay attention. Eyes wide open. Pay attention. Emmanuel Stewart trained Evander Holyfield for his second fight with Riddick Bowe. Part of the game plan in the second fight was to box Bowe at distance and mid-range and inside to bang Bowe's body and get out, roll out, step out, slide out, left or right. Bowe had the same dimensions as Lennox Lewis, 6'5", 80+ inch reach, 235 to 245 pounds. When Evander Holyfield was tabbed to fight Lennox Lewis in unification for Undisputed, Emmanuel was now training Lennox Lewis. He knew all of Holyfield's weaknesses and secrets and places where Holyfield liked to cut corners and didn't work hard on certain things anymore after being a successful fighter. But one of the things that he prepped Lennox Lewis on in their first fight was that Evander was going to go to Lennox's body to chop him down. So they came up with a big strategy that no one even talked about, not even the ring announcers, the television broadcasters, nobody. Even Holyfield's cornermen didn't catch this. But when they came out for the ring walk, I noticed it right away. Lennox Lewis had on a protective cup that you wear in the gym when you've got hurt ribs or something. It comes right up under your chest plate. He wore a trainer's protective cup in a professional fight against Holyfield and pulled his trunks up so it looked like his trunks was way up over his stomach. No one said anything. Now, that protective cup is not going to stop his ribs from getting broken or anything like that, but it's extra padding on the body. It really is. Lennox never wore a cup like that again prior to that fight or after. Now, there could be something that happened in his preparation against Holyfield, that they wore that cup because he didn't want to get re-injured. But one of the factors were the fact that Holyfield was a very good body puncher. And no one said anything about this. I found that amazing. I brought it up on one of the shows I was on live. I think it was on Drew Titan's channel or something like that. And we had a discussion about it. And I showed photos and everything. And the guys were like, holy smokes, I didn't notice that. I was like, I noticed it right away when he came out for the ring walk. How is it I'm looking at it on TV on pay-per-view, but the Holyfield's trainers who are across the corner from Lennox never saw that? Do you know they could have made him go back to the locker room and put on another cup? I just talked about Benavidez's large waistband. And some of you are saying out there, oh, Stormy, I never noticed it. Yeah. Now tell me, what am I looking at and what are you looking at? You see? That's not boasting. It's just like an experienced cop can look someone over and tell if they look suspicious or not. We're not talking about the ones that profile some of y'all. But we're talking about the fact that the experience of watching your eyes, how your eyes dart left to right, how they look up and down and sideways, how you have nervous energy, the way you hold your hands or the way you might walk or move, these things. Yeah. That's experience. Rashid says, I did notice David doesn't like getting hit to the body. Nobody enjoys getting hit to the body, not even you. I've never met an athlete that says, man, I love body punches. Ooh, I eat them for breakfast. Now, quite simply, coming from me to you, my mouth to your ears, do you know why body punches take their toll? All of your vital organs are located in your torso and around your waist. Kidneys, liver, lungs, heart. Your digestive system. You can be hit with a shot to the belly that'll make you vomit. Yeah. T-Berry in the building with the channel emojis. Sylvester says, that was a dominating performance from Charlo and Benavidez, both dogs. T-Berry says, I always hit the like button before I enter the building, Stormy B, man. That's what you're supposed to do, brother. Shower with the thumbs up. Keith Turner says, true that, my brother. Brother Ruth says, that's interesting and true. I remember Shaka Zulu and how he was a grade above other warriors because of his sexual and mental discipline. Without those, a man is a rudderless ship. Rudderless. And in rough seas, the lack of a rudder, you're in trouble. T-Berry says, this may be TMI, but I practice a certain retention, and my wife don't get it. Depletes a man, says Stormy B, man. Absolutely. You should be in charge of that, not her. But they'll have you thinking that they are. Meditate on that. Watcher says that Andrade Charlo situation was 2014, I think. PGH Big Dog in the building saying salute, Stormy. Mahari Nation Sports Podcast says Lennox Lewis had his protected cup all the way toward his chest. Absolutely. Mahari, did you go and look at it? Because some people don't remember it. But if you went and look at it, I advise others to do the same. It's exactly right. But I saw that when I was watching the fight live. I was like, look at this dude. He coming out there like that. I'm like, nobody's saying anything. I cracked up laughing. Sylvester is asking, Stormy, why you take my beans, Sensei? What are you talking about? Queen says, I thought Andrade was giving you the blueprint. He just got caught and outgunned by the bigger dude. Got caught? Queen, he got beaten up. Getting caught is clipped on the chin or on the temple or behind the ear, and you go down and you can't function no more. He got dropped, but he got up. But he wasn't even protecting himself right. When he got hit, both times he got hurt real bad. He was covering up the wrong areas, and the punch was wide open for Benavidez. It was ridiculous. Roja says, Frazier knew the importance of body shots. Surprised nobody that tried that cup trick on him. Yeah. Shaba says, I think men should practice retention. Absolutely. Absolutely they should. It's a discipline, Shower. Just like fasting. But Andre did what he could without a game plan. And he was brave enough to stand in there and take his beating. His corner stopped it, as well they should have, so he didn't really have to go out on his back, because that's exactly where he was headed. And it's unfortunate because with a better game plan, trained for, I could see him going the distance in this fight, but he wasn't prepared to do that. He was not. Now, let's go to Charlo and Jose Benavidez. Charlo does not belong in the ring at this time. He doesn't. He needs to really get his life in order. But I credit him for a man who didn't have a full training camp, because I could tell he hadn't trained. He fought on muscle memory primarily, and against an opponent that he could look good against, of course, because Jose Benavidez Jr. is not a real middleweight, let alone super middleweight. But for a guy who's been out of the ring for over 2 years and to get back in there, his muscle memory was pretty good. He threw very good combinations. His hand speed was good after he warmed up. But he did a lot of posing. He took a lot of flush, clean shots that, had that been a real middleweight in there with him, or super middleweight, he could have been hurt. But he got through this event. So now they'll probably serve him up to Canelo sometime next year, and Canelo will have thrashed both he and his brother. But I don't like the Charlos. I don't like what I've seen from them the past year. Mel Charlo really let me down. Mal Charlo is just, he's on another planet somewhere. The sooner those two gentlemen are done, the better off their divisions, respective divisions will be, because people can move forward. That's all I'm going to say about that. Healer, my brother, is out there. He says, salute Stormy. Healer, I want to tell you something, brother. I was listening to you before I went live, and you incorrectly spoke about Andrade being dropped. You know, he was dropped, brother. That was, yeah, he was put down. But you may be on to something when you talked about the taping of the hands. More people need to find out as much information about that as possible. But outside of that, I was enjoying your fight call, Healer. And keep up the good work. That's what I wanted to say. Sabril Matthias and Sho Ppv. That fight was something. Sho Ppv, who had knocked out about 2,000 dudes. And if you listen to BFTB tell it, salute to BFTB, they were all bums. But he can punch. And when he couldn't do much more than punch and got punched, he showed the difference in levels. And his was somewhere beneath sea level, while Sabrius's was somewhere on top of the Empire State. Huh? And when Sabril started hitting him back, he seemed to say, "What the hell was that?" Boy, that was apples and oranges come to life. Amazing. Matthias is a for real guy. It's going to take someone with some really good boxing skills to beat him. If Devin gets past Regis, that would be an interesting fight. He's very strong. Devin will need time to grow into that weight to mess with Sabril. There's a reason that Regis didn't say nothing. Them little penguin arms won't be long enough to get to Sabril. overall, we saw some good boxing this evening. But let me talk about the brother Lamont Roach, man. His victory over Hector Luis Garcia was a darn well fought fight, man. I had talked about these guys going in, and Lamont became world champion tonight. Salute to Lamont Roach, whose only loss on his record was to Jamel Herring a few years ago when he challenged Jamel in a fight that Jamel just beat the crap out of Lamont. He just outboxed him. It's probably one of Jamel's best fights outside of his victory over Carl Frampton. But Roach came in tonight, and I don't know what the judge that had the fight 114 to 112 for Garcia was looking at, because I had Roach running away with that fight, and the knockdown that occurred in the last round was excellent. A great way to seal the deal, so to speak. But I talked about this in the pre-fight video that I did this morning. It released this morning because I didn't want to, release it after the fight. I wanted it, but he fought well. He fought with spirit. He fought with passion. He punched with power, and he saved some of that power punching for late in the fight, which tells me ring IQ. As a fighter, you want to save something for later if you intend to go the distance. Yeah, man. Great stuff. Roach fought very well. And if you guys didn't listen, I'm going to suggest this, okay? Please go back and look at my this past week of pre-fight videos. Watch them all, because I gave my breakdown and assessments in these videos. I had a feeling that Roach was going to pull through in this. Garcia had been stopped earlier this year by Tank Davis. And dropped back down to his weight where he was champ. And Roach talked about having to wait 16 months for his opportunity against Garcia, because Garcia had upset Chris Colbert, so he had been waiting for his opportunity. I love when fighters who toil at their craft and they fight who they're supposed to fight, and they put themselves in a position to get some gain ground and do what they do. I love when they do that. And this young man did that, and I'll just take my hat off to him. Outstanding performance by Lamont Roach. Outstanding performance. So before I get out of here, almost 300 views, man. Only 79 likes. Look at that. Foolishness. Let's see here. See here. Let's see. I'm gonna put this little poll up for you guys. Put this little poll up before we get out of here this evening. I want to know how you guys feel about the fights for tonight's pay-per-view card. Who do you guys think had the performance of the night? Whether it was Benavidez, Charlo, Matias, Roach. Who you think? I just got it out there. Now it says we got 40 people out here on the channel currently watching. So there's more than enough for you to participate in this poll to show some love on, you know, what you got a chance to watch this evening. Some of you paid for the fight. Some of you probably streamed it, huh? But show some love on the poll and vote, huh? Do something else with your fingers besides sticking them in your butthole, huh? Yeah. We can do better than 17 votes, man. It's like 30 something people in here. You see how people don't even want to engage, even when you try to get people to participate in the show. It's like, I don't know. It's just, you know, I don't know what that's about. I think Benavidez's performance was the performance of the night because of the ease of with what he did to Andrade once he began to break him down. He made it look very easy, and he definitely didn't win any consideration from Canelo Alvarez with that performance. Canelo done changed his phone number and everything. Took his family on a vacation somewhere way where they don't even have cable. Watcher says Canelo gonna change his hair color. Yeah, he gonna dye it dark and he gonna come around. People gonna be thinking he's John Ryder. Perfect disguise. Canelo gonna be running around with one of them fake noses and glasses, talking about the Humpty Dance in Espanol. Crazy, man, crazy. Time to hear from my brother Healer.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah, it's been a great evening and afternoon of boxing. I did a post-fight show earlier talking about Katie Taylor and her victory in her fight over in Dublin, Ireland. And we got the call-in show tomorrow. So we're going to get ready to head out because Stormy need to get him some Z's. But I thank everybody that came out and showed a little love and support here for tonight's post-fight show. Thank you for participating in the poll. Only 26 votes. But hey, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Benavidez came out on top in the poll as well. We got guys out here, like I said, just about 300 views for the show. But it shows you that people come around here sniffing up, but they don't want to support up. So, fuck you very much for those who are out there like that. And shout out to the mighty LDBC. We gonna get on up out of here. There'll be some more fights next weekend, and you guys will be able to check those out. And we'll be back for more post fights. So until then, stay good, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.